Good afternoon. Let us discuss today's current affairs. Bandhan Express. Recently, this is in news. Bandhan Express connects Kolkata with Kulna. Kolkata in India and Kulna in Bangladesh. 172 kilometers journey, and it will take 4.5 hours to reach to Kulna from Kolkata. Already there is a train between Bangladesh and India called Maitri Express between Dhaka and Kolkata. Already there is a train called Maitri Express between Dhaka and Kolkata, which has been running since 2008. Maitri Express from Dhaka to Kolkata. This is from Kolkata to Kulna, Bandhan Express. Yesterday, Naga Hornbill Festival started. Every year from December 1st to December 10th, Hornbill festivals will be conducted in Nagaland near Kohima. Naga Hornbill Festival is considered as Festival of Festivals. This year, our President Ramnath Kovind attended the festival celebrations. During the celebrations, there will be a lot of cultural activities, including games, food festivals, etc., even music festivals. Here, there is a type of chili called Bhut Jolokia, BHUT, Bhut JOLOKIA. It's a type of chili, very famous in that particular area. This chili eating festival, Bhut Jolokia and chili eating festival is very famous during Naga Hornbill Festival. Actually, the festival is conducted 12 kilometers away from Kohima called Kisama village, KISAMA, Kisama village, 12 kilometers away from Kohima. Naga Hornbill Festival, very famous festival. Next important current affairs, INS Chakra. Indian Navy's only nuclear powered submarine. Indian Navy's only nuclear powered submarine, INS Chakra, got a damage. A recovery was conducted. Now it is going on this damage. We have actually taken lease this INS Chakra from Russia in 2012 for 10 years. In 2012 for 10 years, we have taken INS Chakra for lease from Russia. Next important article today is Financial Resolution and Deposit Insurance Bill 2017. Financial Resolution and Deposit Insurance Bill 2017. This bill is as good as Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. The only difference between this and Insolvency Bankruptcy Code is Insolvency Bankruptcy Code is for companies, whereas this Financial Resolution and Deposit Insurance Bill is for financial sector institutions like banks. This Financial Resolution and Deposit Insurance Bill is for financial sector institutions. Here, till date, the depositors in the bank can be secured and safe, but now there is a cause of fear for them. They have Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation, where up to 1 lakh rupees the deposit is purely insured. But now there are many issues that are coming up. If the bill is passed, the depositors might not get the amount back. Instead, they may get preferential shares in the bank. Here, there is a term called bail-in clause. Bail-in clause means if the banks go stressed, if the banks go insolvent or stressed, first they will issue bonds or shares so that they will collect some capital. So, in this bill, the priority is to recapitalize and rejuvenate banks when they are in the stressed situation, rather than thinking about the depositors of the bank. But finally, this is not the final call. The bill might undergo lot of corrections. So we cannot take a stand on this issue today. But this Financial Resolution and Deposit Insurance Bill 2017, if it passed, it is going to make a tremendous change in the deposits and the people who deposit in the bank. But the problem, if this bill was passed, Indian banking system has a lot of credibility. But now people feel secure when the money is in the bank. But now no more that security might exist if this type of shares. And bank cannot make the shares, or bank cannot give preferential shares to the depositors, and may not compel them always, because if they want to purchase shares, any customer, they can purchase shares from any company from the market. But in this type of classes, in this type of class, bail-in class, they have to get the shares only from preferential shares in the bank. That cannot be worked out, and people may lose trust. For that reason, government should be very cautious about this bill. Let us hope this bill will be passed with necessary corrections. Apart from that, there are few important articles today in the newspaper. Particularly, the entire article revolves around economy. Two big articles on economy: turning the corner and fragile momentum. Turning the corner and fragile momentum. In the last quarter, quarter 1, the GDP growth is 5.7%. In the present quarter, quarter 2, it is 6.3%. The same quarter 2 last year, 2016-17, it is 7.5%. Last year, 2016-17, it is 7.5%. Now, July, August, September, the present quarter, shown good increase in the GDP, rebounding of GDP. This shows with the introduction of GST, GDP did not get much affected. In fact, it has showed a good signal and a feel good factor. It is coterminous with GDP rollout. This quarter 2 is coterminous with GDP rollout. In this quarter, industrial growth accelerated. In this quarter, industrial growth accelerated from 1.6% to 5.8%. From 1.6% to 5.8%. Manufacturing sector have shown a very good result. Service sector growth is also commendable. Service sector from 8.3% to 10.5%. Service sector growth from 8.3% to 10.5%. Apart from that, in this quarter we can observe agricultural growth has slumped down. Instead of very good season, very good normal monsoon season. This year we have very normal monsoon season, but agricultural growth have come down from 2.3% to 1.7%. It might lead to food inflation, and it might hit rural consumption. This agricultural slowdown might hit inflation, food inflation particularly, and also hit rural consumption. It may also increase in the global oil prices. It may also increase in the, we can see this quarter oil prices also increased, and it might affect the agricultural sector and manufacturing sector also. Already we have fiscal deficit targets. According to FRBM targets, we have fiscal deficit target 3.2%. In the absolute terms, already we have gone up to 96.1%. For the 4 quarters, if 3.2% is taken as 100%, already we have reached up to 96.1%. That means this year we are not going to see a very good fiscal deficit targets achievement. That means it may exceed 3.2%. That is the prediction. The reason is what all expenditure we are having right now, mostly revenue expenditure rather than capital expenditure. If you go with capital expenditure, that will make investments. Investment means in the long run economy will grow up. But if you put lot of investment in revenue expenditure, we don't get back something from the economy. This might be the result of 7th pay commission also. One of the reasons for the growth of revenue expenditure this year is introduction of rolling out of 7th pay commission pay scales. And one more thing, if there is a lot of revenue expenditure, investments might not boost up, and we are seeing reduction in consumption spending. And this year we are seeing the prices of perishable goods are growing up, the prices of perishable consumer goods are going up, and the prices of non-perishable consumer goods are coming down. A paradox which you have to address. Employment generation has not picked up. Employment generation has not properly picked up. Export sector is also not picking up. Export sector is also not picking up. Recently, Niti Aayog have constituted a task force under its vice chairman Rajiv Kumar to recommend to increase employment by promoting labor intensive exports. To promote labor intensive exports, Rajiv Kumar had a task force to design better exports. So India might get better exports from these recommendations, that we can also hope. In spite of all these things, there are positive signals in our economy, that is increasing the growth rate in spite of all the problems like GST, 7th pay commission, all those things, and it's a sigh of relief for all the experts. So let us hope employment will be generated, labor intensive employment will be generated, and investments, and we'll wait for good returns in agriculture also. And even this Kharif, you have to wait and see. Then all these things, if they go up, Indian economy, I think it will be very good. This is one important article today. The next important article is about road accidents. As you all know, Good Samaritans are the persons who actually work for help for the people. When accident occurs, if you take the person within 1 hour of the accident to the hospital, there is a 50% of the chance we can stop the deaths of minimum 50% of the people in the road accidents if you take the people timely to the hospitals. The timely intervention is needed, but most of the times we don't go for Good Samaritans because of harassment, police cases, harassments and other things. So what we need is good Samaritan law. Apart from that, road accidents are the cause of concern. In 2016, we have seen the hike of road accidents 3.2% compared to 2015, 3.2%. Around 1,50,785 people died last year in road accidents. 1,50,785 people died last year. The Sundar Committee on Road Accidents, few years back, the Sundar Committee on Road Accidents said, we don't follow scientific approach in investigating the road accidents. The Sundar Committee said, we don't follow scientific management in investigating road accidents. And recently Supreme Court gave many guidelines. In that, one of the important guidelines is District Road Safety Committee headed by the collector. District Road Safety Committee headed by the collector. The thing is, we can minimize most of the road accidents by following proper mechanisms and timely interventions and speed control and drunk and drive. All these things if you do, you can control road accidents. Even before last year, we have Nitin Gadkari Committee on Road Accidents. Sundar Committee, Nitin Gadkari Committee, Radhakrishnan Committee are the very famous committees who recommended good things about road accidents. Road accidents might come in the exam next year because 1,50,000 people are died last year in road accidents, and most of the road accidents can be averted if you follow certain mechanisms and scientific management in the investigation of road accidents, proper precautions and proper controls. And most of the times road accidents are because of the mistakes of the drivers and night driving, all these things, drunk and drive. If you can avoid that, we can minimize. And district level committees is also very good, as the Supreme Court directed all the state governments to have a district level road safety committee headed by the district collector. That might yield the results. Let us hope that all the state governments will fare good in that. Apart from that, we have next article on ASEAN. Particularly in the Asian region, Japan. In the Asian region, we have Japan. China is doing tremendous job in Asia, but Japan, if you see, now it is resurging. It is no more a silent country. It is working very fast in many affairs. Particularly China, in this article there is a sentence, China, a sugar-coated boy with sugar-coating infrastructure development. China is using its soft power policy by increasing infrastructure development projects in other countries. Japan is also doing many things like that. Now, Japan started envying China. Indonesia, Cambodia, Philippines, particularly India, bullet train projects, Delhi-Mumbai corridor, all these things, Japan is doing that. Apart from that, America left TPP, Trans-Pacific Partnership. Now Japan is almost a leader in TPP. Japan is one of the important members in RCEP. And Japan is trying to remilitarize itself, if not for offensive purposes, but for defensive purposes. And Japan is now also carefully watching China's Belt and Road Initiative. If we observe all the Japanese issues, Japan is now researching, and Shinzo Abe is trying to make Japan a most powerful country again. Particularly when China is showing its prowess in the region, Japan is also cooping up, and the formation of quadrilateral meeting, India, Japan, America and Australia, also a very leading example that Japan is forging new ties, new friendships and committing to new infrastructural developments so that Japan can also be a recognizable power in the world. Already Japan is a recognizable power. If it has to play very good international politics, Japan has to work better. The next important article is Churachandpur. Churachandpur. Churachandpur is in Manipur. There was a history that some Jewish communities from Israel long back have come to India. Even they don't know, they don't remember their ancestors. Bnei Menashe, Bnei Menashe, Bnei Menashe, Bnei Menashe, Bnei Menashe tribe. They are supposed to be belong to. So you remember this. In Manipur, in Churachandpur, Churachandpur, there is a tribe who actually belong to Israel. Some of them already went to Israel and most of them are in India. So their assimilation in India, their linkage with Israel, Jewish community is still a matter of concern, and we are thinking about that. So this article highlights their culture, their lineage with Israel, rabbis, all those things. You can read this properly. Not so important, but at least read one paragraph, first paragraph, enough. Thank you very much. These are the current affairs today.